Hello, everybody, and welcome to the test kitchen, where today we're checking out a freshly baked game, the Cave Diver. A game I've actually been keeping my eye on for quite some time, and yeah, I think the game released about 10 minutes ago. So I think we just jump into it. Such a nice vibe. Let's read. Use the mouse to move your hands towards surfaces. Hold left click to grab surfaces with your left hand. Hold right click to grab surfaces with your right hand. Grab with one hand while reaching with the other to move your body. And this is what we will be doing. Okay, I think to drag your body with more strength, grab a surface with both hands at the same time, then move the cursor. Oh, okay, so if I do much faster. Okay, come on. There we go. Lanterns mark checkpoints throughout the caves. If you restart, a new caver will begin at the most recently lit lantern. Oh. Am I about to fall down here? Oh, come on. Just for fun. Just to show that we can. Yeah, I know there's a sign down there, but honestly, I feel like we just proved something. Some objects can be moved using your hands and body. But is this the best way to move it? Oh no, but I want to see what's in there. Come on, can I do it? Can I somehow get in there? Maybe not. Oh, I can. There has to be a way. Well, actually, let's see if there's even a reason to. There's very clearly a cave of some sort down there, but it does go up here, yeah. Some surfaces are made of rock, which is too loose to grab. Moving through these passages requires careful positioning of your hands and arms one after another. Is it because I need to, like, grab? Come on. Okay, so they cannot be grabbed, yeah. Understandable. Because here we do that, and then we do this, and this. Push off, brother. I mean, can't I just swing over there? Okay. And pull up. It's slightly hard to remember which arm is holding what, but there's definitely a part of me that wants to go up, like over to the left side there and see what's up there, but that would make this video very long if I was going to do that all the time. A paper note is nailed to the old willow tree. It says, I've taken myself and the children to my mother's. I'd rather not have them up all night looking out the window towards that ungodly pit, wondering if you'll ever be back. Please. There's nothing down there but the bones of your father, his father before him, and so on. I'll be praying for you. And down there we go. Pilgrim's Hollow. Prevent your death. Go no further. The cave has claimed the souls of 8 men. Well, just you wait. It will claim the lives of many before I'm done. Okay, well, we are encumbered. That's for sure. Come on. Come on, get off me. Oh, it's on my shoe. Please. Help. Oh, it's just that on the tip of my shoe. Just knocking my head into the ground. Please. Oh, baby. Yes. Problem solving. There we go. The caves. Oh, here we have some rock. And we take that face first. Nope. Nope, my head. Oh no, that's not good. We don't want to be that way. Okay. Did we just screw up? Please, let me turn around. I need to turn around. have absolutely no clue how I'm going to turn around. But I have a sneaking suspicion that being legs first is going to be incredibly hard. Okay. Come on. Shoes over. Okay, fine. We'll do it here. There we go. Come on. Don't do that mistake again. Ooh. Oh, our head just rolled. Come on. There we go. More rubble. And our first checkpoint. Press S to place down a marker. These can help you or future explorers determine which route to take through the caves. Okay. So, but to be fair, I don't know. I don't know what way is what yet. Okay, I think we go up. Well, maybe I should do like I went up. Maybe that's a good idea. Come on. And push. And show it. How would I get my hands up there? Nope, not there. But maybe no. I kind of want to get over there. Am I able to, though? Okay, so we do. No, we fall. Okay, so we're. I assume this is probably down. Or, like, this was the other way. Oh, this is just a different. Okay, I think it links up. There's some What was that sound? There's some charcoal writing scrawled onto a rock. This note here is for posterity before I make my journey into the caves below. My paw before me, his before him, and so on and so forth. All the firstborn men of our clan, born with the same sickness in our legs. All of us have heard the same tale too about the flower. Down there in the deepest, darkest cavern below the silver mine, there grows a blossom that never withers, with petals gleaming like pale moonlight. A flower that cures all that ails a body, whether it be legs that don't walk or eyes that don't see. I'm no exception. My legs are limper than a dead catfish. That doesn't bother me, and you shouldn't let it bother you. I heard tell that one of my forefathers, thinking himself clever, tied up his legs before making the plunge. Suppose he thought it might be easier to maneuver without them flopping around these crevices. I think that there's quitter behavior. Not one of my forefathers had the determination to make it out of these caves. Me, though. I'm gonna drag myself down there with the legs God gave me, get that flower, and walk right out of this cave, I can tell you for a fact. So, I guess that's our motivation. We are also looking for the flower. Or maybe we just really want to be here. Oh, come on. Wait, is this... No, I should be able to get here. Excuse me? Okay. It's just bugged or something? A note is nailed to a makeshift rest area. Welcome to the cave, stranger. Good on you for making it past that first main room. It takes a worthy caver to manage even that. Now the real caving begins, as you might have noticed. Back in that room, there were two different routes you could have taken. Caves seem to form in such a way where nothing is ever straightforward. The same goes for here in Pilgrim's Hollow. So I figured I'd leave some advice about this here cave for you. Right up ahead is a ridge just before a gorge where you'll have a bit of a choice. There's 3 different routes a fella can take. Route 1 is just ahead across the gorge, a route for those who want to climb. Route 2 is in the middle a bit further down. That one's for less portly types as it gets pretty tight. Lastly, Route 3 starts near the bottom where the gorge ends. A simple passage, but there's some unstable rocks to watch for. There's no correct route per se, just a personal preference. Pretty much any way you choose will guide you deeper to wherever it is you're going. That goes for these 3 routes and any you might find afterwards. So if one way is ever too difficult, you can always head back and try another, just as long as you don't get lost or, worse, stuck. Such are the joys of caving. Good luck, stranger. Indeed. If there's one thing I would never do in real life, it's caving. It's just insanity, in my opinion, but, you know, I still kind of respect the fact that there are people out there that can do it. Okay, so I assume this is the climb we were told about. And I feel like a climb could be a good way to get used to switching of hands. Well, okay. That was good. Come on. And we do this. And now we do... Oh, that was lucky. No. Fuck. See, that's what I meant. That's what I mean. Switching of hands. Completely buffed what hand was which. Okay. Come on. So we want at least one hand up here. And then we can do like a schwa. And yeah, we can do that. So we do like a schwa. By the way, in case anybody was wondering, this is not going to be a speed run. This is I don't know if anybody except for the developer has finished the game yet, so this is just going to be an attempt to finish the game. Oh, our arms. Yeah, we can do this. This isn't dangerous at all. The muscles that this guy has are built very different than normal people's. Okay, so that's not. Oh, okay. And then we have that. We do that. Oh, don't fall down there. Oh, this looks tight. Please, please, your shoe, sir. There you go. Okay, so if we try to keep our hands in front of us, that might be a good idea. And our head is... Come on. Hands down. Just don't get stuck. Fuck. That's not how we wanted our hands to land. I mean, could be bad juju to say it, but I don't like with how much movement you can do, even with your hands, like that way. I'm not sure how you would get stuck. Oh, there's a skull there. Hello. I wonder if this is like something that there's a... Okay. A torn open notebook sits next to the bones of an old caver. I've managed to squeeze myself back through to the first opening of the upper passage. Can't say I'll miss this place once I get out of here. I hear strange noises from sources I cannot see, nor do I want to. Reminds me a bit of when I hid down below the little shack I was born and raised in. I was a wild child and I hated that place, something awful. Cold and damp were the only two things I knew there. I used to run as far and fast as I could in a day, but with the silt and muck clinging to my legs, I could never get further than a mile in any direction. I never got my feet on any warm, dry ground to know for sure, but I bet I would have made for a champion runner if I did. Lord knows my paw couldn't chase me anywhere with the affliction already hobbling him. When I couldn't escape the swamp, I knew I'd have to trudge back to that shack and the old miserable wreck that was my pa. I knew he'd be fixing to give me an earful for shirking my duty as his firstborn. He was always on about how soon he'd be departing down this cave to find the flower like his pa before him, and it was my job to keep the family fed and housed in his absence. I hated those sermons. So I would just wiggle under the house and lay there in the mud like a lungfish until he drank himself into a stupor and I could sneak back in. Now that I've done my duty and buried him back in that passage, I still can't help but think he wasn't planning to use his legs for anything but to walk to the next bottle. Some story. We enjoy that. Come on. And, well, to what I was saying, I do think maybe there is some getting stuckness possible with the rocks. Like the rubble seems kind of scary, to be entirely honest. So here maybe we need to do a little bit of... And ooh. Okay, so jiggling is a valid valid way of doing things, apparently, which is good. And whoop, and a rock, and another rock, and whoop. You know what would be really cool? Like a large poster of like a stylized version where you see the entire cave. That would be kind of cool. Okay, so there's a way up, and I have to be honest, that seems like the hardest way to get into, and therefore I do want to get up there. Should I? Well, maybe I can do one up here when I get to a spot, so I can do. Is there? Well, there is a way straight up, I guess. So that's the one we'll be taking. Is there a way for me to get into a position so I can create another sign? No. Come on. The strength of this man. What is this? It looks like a shack of some sort. Or a typewriter. A dusty typewriter holds an even dustier page of hastily written text. While all biological evidence of our most esteemed and celebrated purveyors of sciences have this archaic belief in regards to the history of our Earth's geology, the patterns of these caves simply refute such pretentious collegiate hogwash. There is simply no explanation that the sciences can muster for the prevalence of silica and calcite in the samples taken from what I will henceforth refer to as arteries. Ooh. These arteries in which I stand as I write reflect almost the exact anatomical patterns which one finds in the circulatory system of an African elephant, and even further, what we know of its ancient mammoth forefathers. It's no surprise to me that such a mammal of titanic scale could have existed within the antediluvian era. We simply know this from our sacred history of the Nephilim. That even man once lived alongside colossal humanoid brothers of outstanding proportion. The existence of such carcass in which I stand does not surprise me. I've seen many before. No, what surprises me as I explore these arteries is not in their size, but in how their composition morphs the deeper I descend. Petrified samples of the arterial lining seem to take on a more organic, cellular structure and properties of a rotting carcass. Properties that, if I were to hypothesize within the grander corners of my mind, may lead to surmise what size of necrophagic insectia may exist to support such an ecosystem of colossal carrion. Truly a marvel it would be to witness such a specimen in the deepest tracts of this great fallen mastodon. Damn. Okay. So we turn around, and once we get to the bottom, we create a sign somewhere. So, stop it. Stop it. Okay, well. Okay, fine. Thank you. That's what I wanted. To get back around. But yeah, there, I feel like we obviously didn't get stuck, so. Would love to create a sign. Oh no. So, creating a sign does not stop movement. Good to know. So we have been up. I think that's how we're gonna do it. Can we do something so we get... Okay, well, we're going up on the next one too, so we like show where we have gone. I think that is gonna be functional. Oh, okay, and we do that. So we set one there because that's where we've gone, or where we're going. A grave. Oh, I guess yeah, that's probably the father with the drink, I guess. Or the paw. Oh. Okay, so we do... Now get your legs behind you. Thank you. And then we put a sign because we... Oh, I should also put a sign up because we have gone up. Like we've been there. Just so I don't ever get confused about that. Okay, and we get our hands situated. Okay, put your head down. Thank you. Oh, okay. So here we have somebody else's sign. Huh. I know I see a cross up there, but I do feel like we need to make that determination ourselves. Like, is that actually a place to go? I mean, there's writing there, so obviously. A message has been angrily scrawled into a rock with charcoal. To hell with this damned boulder. To hell with this damn cave, for that matter. I've tried for the better half of a day to shift and shimmy my way to the other side. Well, I'm at my wit's end. I figure there's gotta be some easier way if I head just down below. I'll leave some markers in case this message ever fades. Mark my word that no man should have to endure the same beating that that damned rock has given me today. Huh. Well, let us see what is down here. Okay. So, what exactly are we looking for? I mean, so this rock is just there, but can't I just... Oh, is the point that I need to use the rock to get up and over? Is that the idea? Because if so, that could be much harder. Yeah, it has to be that. Oh, this must be insanely painful. So because I can't do anything with this. Ooh, I can do that though. What exactly am I doing? So I can get into a position like that, but yeah, that's not gonna. No. Come on. No, I need to lift myself higher up before I fall down there. Now that, on the other hand. Come on. This might be it. Oh, now I'm just balancing it. You were a worse caver than me, note writer. That was actually genuinely super fucking hard. Okay, and we are not going down. We are going further, I assume. And we have shoes. Read. Several torn pieces of paper scattered across a makeshift bed. A page that has been torn in half contains some writing that says, "He pressed a wizened old hand to mine, and his flesh felt as stiff and cold as cave stones. When he pulled it away, he had left a small glass vial, full of some jet black stuff in my hand. Whatever it was ice cold. It chilled my hand to the bone just holding it. The stuff inside didn't move like liquid, it was more like smoke. I felt strange, like I shouldn't have taken the thing, like it was taking something from me just to hold it. But even as the feeling ate away at the back of my brain, I found my hands moving on their own to remove the cork and tipped the vial against my lips. I drank that black stuff and it had no flavor, just slid down into my stomach. Suddenly I felt like a great hole opened up in my guts and the wind whistled straight through me. And that peddler was already only a speck in the distance. None of the people who were clamoring around him for his wares were anywhere nearby to catch me as I fell back on the dusty ground. My legs didn't work again. Again? I thought, perplexed, since up until that moment I was certain they had always worked. I tried crawling to the house for some help, but try as I might, I couldn't get any closer. I wasn't even sure if it was mine. I flipped over on my back, short of breath, and saw that the sky was cast over with black clouds. Craning my neck to look up the road, I saw the upside-down image of a great tower of stone, so tall that its top reached into and past the clouds. And then I woke up, blinded by the darkness of the cave. I should press on. Huh. Can I get up here? No, there's nothing up there. Okay, so was this just a lore area? I wonder. And nice. Okay, so we have been up to the left and we are going up to the right. No, this is not somewhere. Oh, no. Okay, well, that that was annoying. We might have saved some time if we didn't fuck up there, because I think we need to be going to the right. And how is this gonna go? Okay. Oh, okay. So I can work against it. That's nice. Now, can I get some roof so I can climb along it? Oh, there's a rock there. Can I? So I don't want to. There we go. I'm seeing some rubble. Okay, so that's not it. Now the question is, this rock is probably meant to lift the one side of the teeter. Okay, but we've been up there. Okay, well. Okay, so it landed where it was supposed to. Would have been nice not to have to do this part, but it's okay. Okay, and we just climb up the rope a little bit, maybe? Okay. And we are on our way. Surprisingly fast getting into getting the hang of. An old damp leather-bound diary sits in a shallow puddle. Someone has ripped a chunk of pages out, but spared part of an entry that reads, "I fell asleep just now. Strange. It's almost impossible to tell whether my eyes are open or closed down here. I had a dream, a nightmare. I almost never have dreams when I sleep normally. I just shut my eyes and open them, and suddenly the night's gone and passed. But this dream was intensely vivid. When I woke up, I could hardly believe this was reality. I was on a farm. I'm not born of farmers. Our family's land isn't worth 2 full sacks of cornmeal. But I was there as though it was the only life I had ever known. I was standing too, no problems with my legs at all. Standing too, no problems with my legs at all. I walked over to the edge of my family's property to investigate some sort of commotion there. Everyone's clamoring around this traveling peddler who had come around in a rickety old wagon pulled by an even more rickety old horse. I couldn't quite make out his face. He wore a broad-brimmed ink-black hat that kept his face covered in shadow, the devil. He noticed me walking up and bid that I approach, as he had something special in stock for me. He had been holding on to it for a very long time and was finally ready to part with it. The remaining pages of the diary had been torn out. Well, we did read some of them. The question is, do we try to climb up? I mean, I kind of feel like we have to. Just to see if there's something higher up there. Even though I doubt it. Yeah, no, there's nothing here. Oh, actually, I don't trust this. Better to hang in the air than to slide on your face into death. Yes. Question is though, what if I... No. That would have been so dope if I managed to catch that. Okay, fine. I mean, climbing isn't the worst thing. Question though, am I supposed to... Oh yeah, I'm supposed to go up there. Okay. Oh no, I'm doing a full... That was impressive as heck though. How do I get to that? Okay, I got it. Is there anything to the left? There isn't. It's a very satisfying game, actually. Like, you feel like you're good. Like, when you manage to do the puzzles. Oh. Oh, fuck. Okay, so we do that. Oh, come on. There. Now, we need to get up and over there, probably, so there we go. Something more... Oh, some shaking. A note written with an oddly intricate hand is nailed to an old wooden beam. It says, "Greetings, old sport. My name is Alou. I'm a carver, much like yourself. I've made these caves a second home for myself for a number of years. It was never much for sunshine or fresh air or any of life's more palatable pleasures. As you may have heard, there are wonders in these caves that far surpass what you've seen or heard of on the surface world. You know, so I don't miss it at all. Since you've made it this far, you've most likely seen a great many men have tried to trespass upon the depths of this cave to plunder the aforementioned wonders. You've also likely seen that they all met an ignominious end, as befits men of such small caliber. But you, my friend, you have persevered through the twists and turns of this devilish cavern. As such, I feel it behooves an experienced caver like myself to warn you of the dangers ahead. Take care that you descend into the hole right here, feet first. Huh, otherwise you will never reach these wonders which may be just around the bend. Oh, such wonders. Oh, I really hate that he says that, because I don't know if I trust it. But sure, if that's the way they want to do it. By the way, what the heck was I just seeing at the right side of my screen here? Oh, more cave. Okay. I was like, that is freaky. Come on, fix your legs, man. And there we go. Okay, so is this what he was referring to, I wonder? Oh yeah, okay, so I see what would have happened. Please lift up. Lift up. Why is the... Is it about to, like, kill me? Is that what's happening? Come on, come on, come on. If there's, like, a time I don't want to mix up what arm to let go of. I don't understand why it's so narrow, or like why it's so heartbeaty. I don't need it. It's not even that much of a problem. Come on. There we go. And lift. And hold. And push off, please. There we go. See, not even a problem. Thank you for finally being done with the breathing. Oh, and we got a lamp. And a note. Another row written in the same intricate hand. It reads, "Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I'm only assuming, of course. I wager you're absolutely caked in dust and sweat. Possibly pockmarks. Mange, ticks. And I can only guess a healthy smearing of feces as well. Not to worry, old boy. You won't offend the senses of anyone down here. Everyone's as handsome as everyone's as handsome as Adonis, with no light to see by, you know? Now, like I said, I'm not much for surface air, so I'll be retreating down to a more comfortable depth by the old silver mine. I'll leave another note for you there, so you have something nice to look forward to alongside all the wonders in store." And again, doesn't seem like there's any reason to go up. But we are definitely going up here. Oh. Rocks. Is this about being careful, or is this about something else, I wonder? Is this literally everything? There's no other reason for me to go up there? Just stay there. I don't know if I want you. They might be supposed to fill this crevice. Yeah, they are. Okay, well, in that case, I guess I should have just let him go then. Come on, can I reach that, please? No, I can't. cannot. Come on. And up. And up. And come on, over my shoe. And we're missing a few. Okay. Now. Come on. And just let me get my head down, please. There we go. Okay, maybe the bottom one is the one we go for. I mean, I'm not stuck. Stuck is a state of mind. But I might be less movable than I was. But we can do something about that, I think. Oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. How many do I need? Nah, 4 seems like it might be enough. Okay, that's not necessary. There we go. Oh, come on. And I have a feeling that this ground is going to fall apart. Does that mean that can I reach the roof? I can. There goes the ground. Okay, well, nothing bad would have really happened. Anyway. And forward we go. No, not legs first, please. Yeah, this works. Are we about to get heartbeats again? There we go. God, our feet went back. Come on, come on. We need to find exactly the way it wants our body to move. Come on. There we go. Don't get stuck on my shoe, please. That's the most annoying thing. And it does. And there we go. Okay, so now we have some rubble. Okay, so our elbows are making it harder. So we need to push ourselves out slightly to get our elbow up and over. And can this one too get up and over? No. But might be able to do that. And okay, that doesn't work, but this should. And there we go. It's always the joints that are the worst. So we go this way. I mean, I want to go that way at least, but will it let us? Well, maybe not. Well, maybe it's just like turning around in here. Yeah, it's just turning around in here. Get our arms through, please. I need to get my arms more forward. There we go. Grab with one hand there just for safety. Okay, so there we go. That's very annoying, to be completely honest. Because I don't know if I missed something by falling down here. I guess I was supposed to fall down here. I guess we go this way just quickly to see if there's anything over here. Even though I assume this is not the way we're supposed to go. A rusted out metal sign staked into the rubble of an old mine entrance reads, "To all who may trespass upon these caverns. All silver ore of any value therein has been fully depleted by the McLillard Minerals Consortium. There's nothing left in these caves but the bones of the brave, steadfast workmen who lost their lives in the noble pursuit of hewing value from the cold rocks within. The signpost stands in memorial of their deeds, that they might always be remembered for the pure silver they extracted here in the place that made the most difference. Between the 9th and 11th month of the year of the long moon, 9 miners perished, though there were only 7 whose remains were identifiable. We leave them here in dignified repose. Please do not disturb the dead." Well, I have a feeling I will. Okay, and then we put one there. And I mean, we have to go up. That's a chain, probably something we can latch onto if I had to guess. Question's just how. There we go. Oh, so we have to climb. I assume. Oh no. That sucked. Fine. We try again. What? Why? Why did he just let go? Is there a stamina thing? Like I can only hold on for so and so long? And I haven't noticed it yet. Okay. Why? Oh, that was giving a murder headache. And we put them here, and then we do. There we go. And then we do. There we go. Thank you. So close the first time. Oh, breed. A long misplaced note sits among old jars of unrecognizable preserves. It says, I knew that booby trap of a squeeze wouldn't be the last of it. There's much more cave to see yet, and no sign of the flower. Pappy told me about it when I was just a boy at his knee. But I keep getting this strange feeling like ice water dripping down the back of my neck every so often. It's exactly the same feeling I had before my legs went limp and wouldn't hold me up anymore. Pappy had a great deal to say about the miners that used to dig for silver down here. He'd give them no end of grief whenever he saw them stumbling out of their mine shafts, told them they had no business messing with our family's land like they did. Usually they brushed him off, said he had no claim to the land or the silver below, and went off to spend their pay on whiskey and women in town. But just before the mine closed, they seemed to take better heed of his words. Several of them just set their picks down and struck off, but a few were dogged about getting their silver. I reckon a couple of them were dogged about something else. Story goes the two of them set off deep into the mines and were never seen again. Makes a fellow think there can't just be some old magic flower down here. I might come out of this cavern a rich man and buy some land far, far away from here. Wouldn't that be something? Well, a lot of people are talking about getting out of this place, but I don't know if it's very likely to get out of here at all. Now, what is this? Oh. Okay, so we're dealing with switches. Do I have to like send a rock down or something? No, it's the same switch. Yeah. Okay. So, do we... I think we continue just to see what's over here. Level 200 entry requires standard 12 cubic feet capacity Collins & Co. ore cart loaded onto weight apparatus. Okay. Is this blocking my path? Is that what I'm understanding? Yeah, okay. So we need a minecart to stand on a pressure plate of some kind, I assume. Is there a way up here? No. So the minecart is probably up here. Now, is there something further up here? Does not look like it. So why is there a... Pull lever to unlatch standard Collins Co. art card from the danger. Stand clear of drop zone. Oh, it's if I lose this one, I assume. I have to go all the way back here to get a new one. Okay, so that means that I can lose this one and would have to go back to get one. Or maybe losing it would be like losing it down to the right. What is that? Whatever that is, I want it. Entry to lift zone to record a cargo weight of at least 1 silver. Okay, so I need the silver. But I assume I have to go up here for it to get around and then toss it down first. I might be able to do something like that, but is it going to be the most practical? Probably not. I could probably just climb around. Oops. Oops. And ooh. Remnants of an exhausted dig site, a faded miner's log reads, Miller, employee log, comment section, ninth month, 19th day, year of the long moon. Veins are getting lean down here. When I first started, we could hardly breathe or see from the air being choked by glittering silver dust, and the carts broke down regularly from being overburdened with ore. Today's take in comparison, it's taken about 10 hours to get one minecart full enough to open the door to the SA office. Tobin and Williams, the two slackers, decided to take a cart down to level 500 a few hours ago. Said there was a seam they saw with enough ore to weigh down their cart and let us all loose for lunch. Haven't seen hide nor hair of them since I wagered they just took a cart for an easy ride down to 500 so they could drink themselves into a stupor off a hidden flask of whiskey, leaving the rest of us to work hard for an honest living high and dry. Company be damned. If they want the damn silver, they can come down and get it themselves. I can't say I've got anything better to do up on the surface, but I'm sure I can come up with something. No! Just went straight through that. And down we go. Maybe. Yes. Come on, silver. There we go. Pull lever to unlatch standard Collins Co car from level 100 receptacle. Danger. Stand clear of drop zone. Oh, so this is to get a new wagon? I believe. Well, either way, here's a lantern. A note written with the same hand as the ones from the caves above. Look, old boy, I've got to be upfront with you. These caves are quite a bit more dangerous than the usual. You've most assuredly navigated past some perils already, but those are only the common things that caves tend to produce. Rock slides, dead ends, trick passages, so on and so forth. If the bones of these dead miners could speak, they would tell you exactly what kinds of horrors they stumble into through their quest for gleaming silver. These miners and the treasure seekers up closer to the surface are not the only men to see the insides of these caves, and most certainly not the only men to meet their ignoble end within. Ignoble. Some of them you may find twisted beyond recognition, denied even the faint privilege of being reduced to dust by the passage of time. If there are only old bones around, you're safe. Certainly it is cold comfort to be only in the company of skeletons, long bereft of any animus fair or foul. You can rely on your old pal Lou to warn you of the worst of it, though. I've been around the bend a few times and know when to make myself scarce. There's a rusted old lift just here that still works with the pull of a lever. Take it down to the 500 level, and we'll chat again shortly, Lou. Chill, I want to read the note. $200 level. Okay, so this is not the one. Okay, so I cannot climb on that chain. I so want to slide head first down here, but I think that would just be death. Okay, but if that says 200 level, what happens? Actually, what is in there though? I mean, I can't not figure it out, can I? Okay, and in we go, and past we go, and there we go. But I don't need you, wagon. Please. Just stay there. What is further in here? Entry to Ore Crusher and Collections Office. 200 requires cart cargo weight of at least 4 silver ore. Okay, so we don't have enough silver ore to go there. Well, then we go. Oh, 300 level. But this is not where I was supposed to go either. But maybe I can find more silver. It wouldn't surprise me if that's the point. Like, I'm supposed to find more silver, and that way I can crush it, and maybe that's a different ending. So not that way. Come on. Come on. Get your arms under control, man. Come on. There we go. The remains of a miner's employee log are vandalized with ramblings and scribbles. One entry remains intact. Ah hell. The overseer went and blew up the entrance to the mine. I went and poked around a bit, and he did a swell job of it. Probably the single best hour of work the old skinflint put in on this operation, and the longest I've ever seen him out of that collection office up at the zoo. Up at 200. Damn near got to thinking he lived in there, rather than the plush little bungalow he got all to himself while I had to cozy up with the rest of those filthy stinking rats. I'd wager he made off with the last crumbs of silver left in this dry hole, whistling a merry tune while his dust-covered golems set the charges for him. Didn't spare a thought that anyone might still be in here, like poor old Tobin and Williams. He had us all scurrying around the mine, top to bottom, looking for those two, and just dropped it the instant it became inconvenient for him. Well, that's to him. I'm here. What's more, I know where they went. I was eating lunch in the tunnel just across from them when I heard something real interesting. Tobin was a dull, morose lump of a man. Never said much of anything aside from full cart, new lantern, and shut up. But the new kid, Williams, he was a real chatterbox. Funny, Tobin warmed right up to him, but never had anything but sour looks for me, the fella who had worked with him for nearly 2 whole years. But Williams had a real loud voice that carried far down the tunnels, and I heard him and Tobin discover something down in the tunnels on 500, the first place that got closed off once the overseer started getting all paranoid when they went missing. I don't know what it was, but Williams was awful excited, and Tobin was too enraptured by it to tell him to button his lips. Now I can get out of this cave any old time. The entrance being closed off doesn't mean anything when that fool left all the equipment I'd need to dig myself out on my side of the fence. But, well, there shouldn't be any harm in taking the key for the gate out of the overseer's old office and having a little peek at what lies beyond, right? No one is here to stop me. Maybe I'll run into those two by and by. Would be nice to have some help hauling the loot up topside. I don't want to go down face first, please. Or I want to go down face first, please. Come on. There we go. And there we have some silver. Now, how the heck are we gonna do this? Ooh. Okay. Might we, perchance, do this feat first? Come on. And just get them down there. And wait, are we not supposed to go down? Is this only for the silver? Are we supposed to go all the way back up? It looks like it. Okay, well, fine then. It's a little annoying, but... That's stupid. Come on. Come on. It's like, I understand that this is supposed to be a hard game and everything, but is this really necessary to go all the way back out this way? Okay. Now the question is there something on the other side? Looks like there might be. few pages that look to have fallen out of a journal are scattered next to an empty bourbon bottle. A page reads, "Well, I'm just about at my wit's end with this old mine. I had a feeling I'd be shooting myself in the foot when I went and flipped that minecart. Not that having a shut up foot would change much about my situation. Though, thought I could get it just far enough to climb up and reach that ore bucket. No use now, that cart is stuck. It's stucker than a mule in a spring mud. Shame. Shame is, there's no easy way to get that door to that assay office open without one. Looks like it's rigged to lift up when a minecart loaded down with ore is pushed over some kind of scale. I'm all out of beans and down to a scant thimbleful of bourbon. There's no way I won't expend the last of my energy trying to do all that. Being down here for a few weeks has slimmed me up some, though. I wager I could wiggle myself through the bars of the gate down at the 500 level. Pa passed on his lame legs, and Ma passed on her hardy spirit and her birth and hips. I'm sure they won't be an obstacle, though. I made it through most of these tunnels okay so far. Just gotta imagine like I'm a little earthworm wiggling through a posy patch." I assume we're not trying to go up there then. Ah, of course. Are you joking? There's no way for me to just go here, is there? Nah. Just gotta do the swing correctly. No. There better be some really good stuff in that essay office, to be honest, for doing all of this. What the fuck? I mean, like, are you joking? Thank God. Thank God the manipulating of the ore isn't terrible. Watch it land straight into the cart. And it did. Okay. So we have 3. Oh, I mean, technically 2, but we've found 3 of them. So hopefully... Nope, it's not here. Well... keep the cart there. Get maybe, hopefully, the last piece of silver. Okay, this feels like something is gonna land on me. Oh, okay, so we're going up. Fuck. No, no. Is that a rope? It looks like a background rope. Okay, so what's in here? What remains of a miner's log? It reads, Ross Holy, personal log, 11th month, first day, year of the long moon. Well, this is a fine pickle. Not 2 hours after I was handed my pick and lantern and told where I was to dig, I was told by my supervisor, a fella you'd think was carved out of the rocks mined out of this very cavern, that we were meant to ship out at the end of the week since the mine was being condemned. Haven't even cut myself an ounce of silver out of the seam I was assigned to. Hell, I don't think I've mined myself a whole ounce of silver in the entirety of the 2 weeks. I've been busting my back down in the mine. The supervisor told me that it was a good thing that I had happened into his cohort. Said they had only just lost a couple of miners somewhere down in the cave, likely behind the mark on level 500, where I was told in no uncertain terms I was never to approach if I valued my life. No problem, sir, I told him. I didn't sign on for my love of adventure or treasure. Mining alone was honest work for an honest man. I thought all there was to it was swinging a pick at the rock until the shiny silver fell out. No one told me how damn dark and damp it was down here. These lanterns are so crusted with soot they're hardly even good for making out the sleeping or dead bodies of the other fellas down in the tunnel, and they've long since stripped out the gas pipes in the interest of avoiding another explosion. I jump out of my skin damn near every minute, seeing some shadow slither out of the corner of my eye. Usually it's just one of the fellas scratching his ass, but sometimes without realizing I'll find myself all alone in the tunnel. The fellas I work with are basically automatons. They just shuffle around without even talking to each other when they're on shift. So they'll just vanish when it's lunchtime without even giving me a friendly tap on the shoulder, and I'll end up looking down the ink black throat of a tunnel. And the shadows, they still move. I swear I've seen something like a huge snake sliding around a blind curve once. They told me there's no longer any gas running through the pipes, but I've got no other explanation for those strange rattling gurgles I keep hearing during the shift. The supervisor was right. It is a good thing I'm the fresh hire here. That way it'll be a clean break when I collect my pay in 2 days and get the hell out of here. I was hoping to strike a fat vein of silver and get a big payout from the boss, but at this point, no sir. I know when to cut my losses. There's absolutely nothing down there worth my soul. Okay. Please, just... Like, actually, though. if this for real is where I'm getting stuck, I'm gonna be not happy. There we go. There we go. You know what? It might actually be easier to just climb along the roof. How would one get over there? Well, from the underside, I assume. Or a ladder. Wonder what that lever is for. Ugh, fine. Is there anything in it? Oh no, it's to pass. But what is down here then? Why did I need that to pass? Honestly, I have no clue. Must be something I haven't seen. Nothing to read. What is this? Okay. So, where is the silver? Oh, there it is. Am I not going to be able to get it because I need the thing? Ah, that sucks. So I needed it all the way down, not all the way up. Well, unless I can throw it, maybe I could throw it out. So, what if we do... Okay, something is weird. Please sit up. There we go. But he does not want to do that while holding this. Okay. No. Fuck. Okay, you know what? Sure. We're climbing all the way up anyway. We're getting the thing. course. Can I climb up and around here then? Wait, there's an opening there? Good thing it didn't bounce all the way in there then. Oh, come on. There we go. Please, come on, sit up. No. Fucking damn it. No. You know what? Let's see if it flew over, actually. Because if it did, then that's at least good. Although I strongly doubt it. Yep. is. There it is. Oh, this time we did it so well. Please don't miss. And it missed. Are you fucking kidding me? That hurt so much. God, I'm so mad. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. It's just a tiny nudge. And fuck. Nah, nah. That's the wrong fucking way. Thank you. Stop it. Stop! Why are you doing that every time? Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Oh my god. Okay, come on. Thank you. Here we come again. If I miss the basket one more time, that might be it. Honest to God. Oh, thank you. Not that it's actually over. Still need to get it out of here. And there's probably ways to fuck that up too. What am I saying? Of course there are ways to fuck that up. No. Please say that worked. Please say that worked. Honestly, I don't even know where I'm supposed to get it. Is it up and over there? Probably. That, oh, that might have been it. Okay. Now where is it going? Isn't it just bottom? God, I hope it's just to the bottom. Okay. Whew. Okay, so hopefully there now is one. Oops, wrong way. Now we're down on the 5th. Yes. So hopefully there is a silver piece lying right over here. Metal sign reads, silver veins now exhausted and inaccessible from this 500B access route. Loose rocks on upper levels prevent further access. Use new personnel access tunnel on 300B to reach upper silver veins and ore chute. Okay. Should be a silver piece somewhere here. A remnant of no miner's log. It looks as if other pages have been torn out of it. One entry remains. It reads Tobin, personal log. Year of the long moon. Me and Williams are working to widen the tunnel on 500A. He's new. I've never met a chatterbox as annoying as him before. Day in, day out, the fool never stops yammering for a second, not even to eat or drink. Frankly, I have no idea if he does eat or drink. Just about the only reprieve I ever get from his ceaseless diarrhea of the mouth is after quitting time. He vanishes somewhere every day after dark. I never see him in the saloon with the rest of the fellas, but in the morning, he's always there sitting at the mouth of the mine in the fog like he's been waiting there all night. Weird guy, but he's the only one of these louts who seem to care for the work, jawing on about what we might find deeper on 500. I've got no interest in whatever he thinks we'll find, but we work the stone right along there just to satisfy him. Okay. So where's the silver? How am I gonna get over there? Nope. Nope. I don't know if that's possible. Because it's not like I can swing. Oh, it might actually be possible. It is possible. That's ridiculous. How am I gonna get there? Thank God. There it goes. Come on. This looks just about the size that could fall into that hole. Now we go all the way back up. Uh, 200 was number one, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we need to get this. go. I think maybe we want the thing. Because I think we're gonna crush it. Ooh, key. Oh, I have to hold it? For real? An old overseer's report left over from the mine, it reads. This is Maynard Miller, overseer of operations at the McMillard mine, writing to inform the esteemed members of the board of the untenable situation that has developed here over the past few months of mining operations. First and potentially foremost, the remains of employee James Tobin and L. Williams remain unrecovered. Williams appear to have no family we're aware of, but we've had to remove the Tobin widow from the entrance to the mine more than once. Frankly, I would like to recover Tobin's bones to provide her some measure of solace, but since his and Williams' disappearance some 2 months prior, the operation has simply become a minefield of collapses and gas pockets. It is quite an odd thing. There were previously no incidents regarding gas leaks or explosions. Collapses are also occurring on a much more frequent basis in tunnels recently shored up with sturdy timber joists. 6 miners, aside from the 2 previously mentioned, have lost their lives to one of these hazards, and I cannot in good conscience allow any more to be lost while I retain oversight of the mine's working order. Thereby, I'm declaring on my authority that the McMillard mine is closed to all. I realize that a few or all of the board members would likely voice their strong objections and insist that these incidents are no reason to stall the extraction of silver from the earth below. To them I say this, the 6 miners who died, Leeds, Solomon, Alex, Ortiz, Carver, and Ulysses, have deposited a sum total of 3 ounces of silver ore between them into a minecart before the mine took them. You all are welcome to whatever fraction of that fortune you may agree is your fair share. Those 6 miners will have to be content with me putting a lid on their cold stone tomb with dynamite. If the board further insists on getting their due, superseding my authority on the matter, they will have to find a purveyor of heavy digging equipment, as by the time they will receive this letter, the deed will have already been done. They may also consider this my tendered resignation. Okay. So, do we have to bring this key all the way down? Because I would prefer if that was not... What the fuck? Excuse me? Oh, that scared me. This was not supposed to be a horror game. And swing. Because there's nothing up here, is there? No. But the key is in the minecart. Oh, come on, please. Oh, you son of a... Yes. Let's see if we can open some door down here. Please just... There we go. Okay, so we are going to take our knot legs. There we go. Key out. Another note signed by Leon. She's a creaky old lift, isn't she? Still does the job of getting you down here to the 500th level. Although now you can see the main issue with passage beyond these mines, that big iron gate that won't budge for a polite request or an impolite pick, as you can no doubt see by the remains of that poor bloke who got stuck beneath it. Few have made it down this far, and even fewer still past the bulwark of that gate, but you must be thinking the same thing the cavers, the miners, and the greed-addled treasure seekers were who came before you. Ah, a gate this big must have what I'm looking for just behind it. Of course, their instincts were not entirely incorrect. There is a vast and profound assortment of wonders for the taking beyond that gate. But these men were concerned with only things that could matter on the surface still. Things like silver and gems and artifacts of the mundane. They had no appreciation that great wonders could be found and held here beyond the sun's light. You, old boy, are a different sort, finding all my notes, following all my directions so faithfully. It's clear to me you deserve a front row seat to the wonders this cave has to offer, the august few, the true denizens of the deep. Here's a fact for your eyes only. There's an old assay office back up, behind that door is a key that would blah blah blah. The catch is the door is locked by scale level and blah blah blah. Get to open it if you have the key, blah blah blah. You'll have what you want and much, much more. All you have to do is listen to your old pal Lou. Oh, okay, so pretty sure the gate is up and we probably don't need the key, but I want to toss it somewhere that is slightly further ahead just in case. Okay, now we can probably move past it. Okay, so that was annoying. I don't think we're gonna bring the key, even though part of me feels like that is probably something the game is gonna throw at us. Like, oh, you didn't bring the key? The big key? The key to everything? Idiot. Okay, come on. Come on. I really want to see what's down here. I think it's the gates of hell, but read. Torn page from an old miner's log. The entry reads, Tobin, personal log. Me and Williams were working up past the climb on 500A yesterday. When we got back this morning, it was evident a small collapse occurred overnight. No damage to the equipment or the timber, but it left a small hand-sized opening in the face of rock towards the far end of the tunnel. This entire working day, I swore that odd gurgling noises were coming from that hole. Williams heard them too. He reckoned it ought to be an underground river of some sort. It would be a real load off our backs to have a place to refill our canteens without getting the evil eye from the foreman for heading up with our hands empty. So Williams and I said to hell with the silver. We hauled the rock drill down to 500 and have been chipping away at it all afternoon. After working at a hard shale for hours, we finally got the hole wide enough for Williams to poke his scrawny head in. He said he was able to see that the hole widened into a passageway just big enough to squeeze through if we were able to widen the entrance for our shoulders to fit. The odd thing is, though, just as he poked his head in, the sound of the water we had been hearing from inside just stopped. It's been a few hours since, and neither myself nor Williams have heard it all night. What's even more odd is that Williams has gone silent too. Suddenly, he's as quiet as a church mouse and doesn't want us telling the other fellows about this. Again, he's certainly the most half-crooked man I've ever met. Even told me he's gonna stick around past his shift and keep on working. Maybe by tomorrow it'll be wide enough for me to take a look and see what he's hiding. Nice. Is this where he poked his head in? I don't know. And we go. And come on. Oh, are we seeing veins now? Or is this blood? It's getting redder and redder. Maybe he was right. Maybe this is the big-ass carcass of something. Maybe this whole game is based off of the not as above so below, but the descent. Come on, head first, please. No. Fuck me. It's very much the last thing I wanted. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, there goes our leg. Thank God, it could have been a worse place. Read another page of a miner's log book. It reads, Tobin personal log. All night in the bunkhouse, I was too tired to sleep. The rattle of the rock drill still echoing through my skull, keeping me in that drunken state between dreams. Every time I started to drift off, I could see that hole so clearly. Pitch black, cold and empty, the sound of water still gurgling and hissing from within. For a short moment, the pull of a dream overtook me and the hole became real. I moved my head inwards and it consumed me, inching me closer towards the darkness. As it did, I could see a wall of rock emerge just in front of me out of the darkness. It resembled a face carved in intricate detail, staring at me with mouth agape, gasping for air. It was drowning and gurgling through the darkness that surrounded it, with hollow eyes that faded into holes of darkness yet again. At the furthest point within these dead eyes, I saw the glimmer of gold. The water went quiet, not because it subsided, but because I was under it, drowning, submerged in black and unable to move. I woke struggling to catch my breath. Just now, at my bedside, I found a note from Williams. He wrote that he spent the night drilling around the hole and had discovered something he dare not write so as to not alert the other men. Underneath the note were 2 nuggets of pure solid gold. I don't know whether he stole a march on me or not, but I'm grabbing my pick and a gunny sack so I can join him down there and make out like a bandit. Today may be the only day I've looked forward to descending down the throat of the earth like this. Okay, so they found gold. And I assume I'm about to meet some water. Could we be going face first into water now? Oh. Ooh, this is a tight squeeze. Gotta get my head in, please. There we go. Oh, we're getting music. Here, I'm hearing water. The ruins. Okay. An old miner's hard hat with the name Tobin carved onto its side sits next to a pile of bones. Under the hat is a faded and morphed note. This is Tobin writing. I can't say as I expected anyone will read this, but I've got myself into a jam. But good. Can't believe I still have some paper dry enough to write in. I went into that passage to catch up with Williams and I've lost them entirely. That water we were hearing before carved a whole channel beneath the floor, which caved in under me, sweeping into a new network of caverns the mines never touched. No telling how far down I am. 100 yards, maybe? I could barely tell down from up when I washed to the surface. Williams was calling to me when I came to. The fellow was out of his mind with worry. Tried following his calls, couldn't get the little fool to calm down and come to my voice. He just kept getting further and further away. down a flooded passage that was a struggle to fit my big gut through. Williams was slight of figure, though, so he wriggled on through and somehow kept going. He left his lantern behind, and I lit it up and peered into the crack to see if I could at least get a peek at him. It was the tiniest little hole I saw. Even a snake would have had a hard time wiggling through it. Called for Williams once more and didn't hear a peep in response. It's odd. Try as I might, I can't for the life of me recall that man's face. We were working in the mines just yesterday. I should know his face like the back of my hand. Well, I couldn't help him anymore from where I was, so I doubled back to try and get back up to the mine. The damn tunnel back was also a real tight squeeze, tighter than it felt entering, though. I'll warrant it's due to my exhaustion from chasing after Williams. I'll rest here a minute, I'll get back to it. Okay. So I have a feeling that Williams isn't real. Williams is some kind of monster. And possibly Williams is Lou. Okay, so the question is, are we going down? And we cannot hold our breath for very long. Okay, so that's not great. And we cannot get our hands over there, can we? So it has to be that we're... Come on, please. Okay. Come on. Lou has left me another note. Congratulations, old sport. Though I will admit to some very minor intercession on my part. You made it down past that dreary old den of human avarice with the skill and aplomb I've come to expect. Human. I would caution you against complacency, however. Those dullards above in the mine only ever scratched the bare surface of these depths. You are now about to gaze upon the base of something built by a people perhaps even more full of greatness than those whose dreams ended at a hoard of mere silver. A grand tower built, inverted, to reach something that dwells below, to commune with and secure its favor and thereby prosperity and life everlasting for their people. Whether or not they were able to commune with that something is a mystery lost to time, but they most assuredly ran afoul of many horrors that to this day remain nameless to men off the surface. You are quite safe here for the moment and will find a means of access if you adhere to the passage on the left, but remain alert. Amongst the horrors of these depths are the remnants of a great blind evil. Not an evil of flesh or blood, but one which remains to devour trespassers upon this domain. Lou, what the fuck? Why are you saying these horrible things to me, Lou? And also, how the fuck am I gonna get down here? I can't hold my breath for this long. What the fuck? Should I be going face first or leg first? Yeah, no, we're drowning. It has to be face first. Because I need to get around that edge. I'm going to drown. This will be our first death. Yeah, here we go. I'm stuck. I'm just going to die. Fuck. Well, okay. Well, okay, we can hold our breath for way longer than I expected. That's good to know. What looks like an old campsite and an even older stone structure. Someone has scribbled writing on one of the ruined pillars. I cannot possibly fathom how far I've come, how long I've been down here, groping my way blindly through the caves. Time without light is meaningless, immeasurable. The brain reasons that it cannot have been much more than a few weeks at all. The heart insists that it has been a millennia, or more, that we have been here, bereft of clan and of warm hearth. The stomach pragmatically warns that it can only stand being empty for a few more days at most. The specters, however, sit by my side whenever I'm too exhausted to press on and make observations about my progress with idle interest. They whisper amongst themselves, occasionally loud enough for me to hear. I was much further along by now. These new boys don't know the meaning of real hardship. Oh, hush up. You died moaning for your mama in a ditch some hundreds of meters up. Let the boy work it out, he's not too far. Now, anyhow, they hardly ever talk about the flower that I was told we all crawl down here to find. Frankly, I don't know if they even came here for the same reason I did. Some of them yammer on about riches or power beyond human reckoning. It's so wonderful to hear. It reminds me of a story I heard at my mother's knee a long time ago. Now, where are we going? I assume it's gotta be down in the water, but what is up here? Nothing. So what is over at the other side? The other side of the water. More water. Well, okay. So we're up here now. This looks like a lot of spines. Okay. Well, I'm not a fan of those sounds. It sounds like birds. Honestly, I am just crawling around wildly. More water? More writing. The story is mostly scrawled on the remnants of an old pillar. Long ago, in the very center of a forest choked with gnarled blackthorn trees, there stood a mountain split at the very top as if by the knife of God. They called it the Grey Gully and spoke in hushed tones of the witch who lived there in that divide. They said she would grant wishes to people who made it up her mountain. A single slim path wound its way up from the mountain's base in a sluggish spiral. The soil trod underfoot was cracked and barren, almost white as bone. Strange things would follow a supplicant to the witch as they made their way up the path, both bestial and human-shaped. Their white eyes would glare unblinking, and they would say things in a language incomprehensible to men, yet still somehow irresistibly seductive to them. They would not tread the path for fear of earning the witch's displeasure, but they were still hungry for something only men could provide. If a supplicant managed to make it all the way up to the witch's hut in the middle of the gully, she would greet them warmly. She was sympathetic in nature, and the people who made it past the beasts were all pure of heart enough to resist their temptations. Just one last task was left. The witch had two familiars, each of whom sat atop either peak formed by the gully, a black dog with silver teeth and a white goat with golden horns. Anyone who could fulfill their desire would in turn have their own desires fulfilled by the witch. The dog would inevitably ask for death, and the goat would invariably ask for life. Somehow, they never went disappointed. Suddenly got very dark here. Much darker than it was. I don't think I can get in here. I don't know if I can get out of here. Okay, good. Oh, okay. So I can loosen that. Time to go down here. Maybe I can get through. Some air wouldn't be bad now. Well, fuck me. Oh, come on. Please. Oh, thank you. And another lamp, so we are moving forward. This looks like a mouth. getting anywhere here. Unless... there's that lip up there. I mean, now that I've seen it, I can't not. I have to. There we go. A makeshift camp is perched along the fallen structure. Scattered on the ground are pages of a report that reads, "This city. There are things I have borne witness to that suggest the former inhabitants of this city were advanced at a level unforeseen by any who dwell upon the surface. Technologically, ethically, even spiritually. They seem to cultivate not only an awareness, but a reverence for the power and mysteries of the earth. So much so that most, if not all, of their important structures are built upside down, burrowing even closer to something. I cannot quite discern what it might be due to the frankly arcane nature of the wall carvings and legible literature I have uncovered. It could be an energy source, perhaps an unlimited source of food, or some pleasurable substance of some sort. It could even be their god. Whatever it is, they're ubiquitously obsessed with attaining it, all from their highest priests down to newborns. In a fascinating birth ceremony I've decoded from some texts, newly born infants are evidently placed upon the ground and observed to see if they will start clawing at the earth with their neotenous little hands. This is done in lieu of the typical things most cultures will do to affirm a healthy live birth, and interestingly enough, I see no reference towards treatment of the typical things I would expect to plague infants and mothers during an afterbirth. I must confess, I'm reading of their fervor. It makes me extremely curious to see what all the fuss could have been about. Thankfully, there seems to be a great spire-like structure towards the farthest end of the city that once stood as the ceremonial center for these inhabitants. Maybe there I can access the depths of this world just as they did. Well, probably, brother. Is there something to bounce up to here? If so, I don't think it's going to be particularly easy to get to it. Not that that's really been the point, but... oh, that's annoying. Come on, please. Is that air? I think that's air. It is. Okay, fine. Come on, please. Is there air up here, please? Oh, I'm drowning. This is it. I can't even see right now. I think I'm dead. Okay. Well, first death. We are going the same way. Just in case it doesn't count as that I read it. Okay. It's very hard to get the mouse to do what I want it to do. Come on. Okay. Let's see if we can get through this part now. And we're stuck in the same place. Nope, not there. Oh, thank God. Wait, there's a lamp there. Fuck. I did see the lamp over here. Wait, yeah, come on. Don't be joking with me now. Come on. So what could be higher up here? Just a random chain? Is it supposed to be climbing up it? Or is it supposed to be swinging? That's the question. So it's not that. It's probably swinging. Oh, I'm probably supposed to swing in there. Get me back to the chain. Oh, read. A note from Lou is placed upon what looks to be a ceremonial altar. It says, "Old sport, I must confess, you are not the only intrepid caver I have had the pleasure of guiding along this route into the depths. There have been dozens, perhaps hundreds of men I've tried my best to shepherd along the ideal path down to the wonders beyond wonders at the deepest part of these caves, but alas, they all fell to temptation. It's not as though I can blame them. Trinkets like gold jewels comely companions. These zones hold much allure for me, as they did for these men who tended to die quickly and with scarce dignity. However, for every dozen or so of those types of men, there were rare standouts, cavers with real ambition, men who would persist for weeks and months, even single-mindedly clawing their way past all temptations, trials, and tribulations, just to get even a whisper of whatever it was they sought. By now, I'm sure you've come across the remains of a few of these stalwart men on your path towards the tower. Those men like you held on to a true desire to stake their claim to the virgin wonders of the depths. All of them came so achingly close as well, not unlike the inhabitants who built this entombed city to begin with. It was a true tragedy to see some of them pass. They wouldn't quite handle what they experienced in the depths of the tower. They couldn't quite handle. Speaking of which, just a bit more diving through these flooded vestiges and you'll be there before you know it, Lou. Well, I'm gonna try to get through by going to the right. I just need a proper swing. And that should be it. but that's not the kind of swing I'm looking for. This is more it, I believe. Yes. Oh, okay. What about in here then? More to the right. Okay, so we have another chain. Might this chain perhaps be for climbing up? No, it's not. It's for getting through there. Well, okay. Wonder if this... Oh, okay, so I might be able to get over with good enough. Nope. There we go. I might be able to climb up there too. I mean, at this point, I'm truly not sure what is going on. Like, how can I continuously go this way instead of going down? Don't like the music. Read. Lou left another note for me. It says, "Well, my good man, this is it. The great inverse tower crafted by ancient hands, reverent of the wonders below. You may have noticed a bit of a theme on the way here, how many seem to reference the grand buildings of this dead civilization being upside down and whatnot. To you, however, all the structures seem to be correctly oriented, pointing upwards towards the surface. Well, let me tell you a little something as a reward for your indefatigable inquisitiveness. That flower you've been looking for, yes, yes, I do know about the men of the flower, lies in a forgotten garden just beneath you. The ancient natives cultivated it, and aside from curing them of mundane ills like lame legs and weak hearts, it cured them of that most irascible of human conditions. However, the entry to this garden is blocked by an ancient gated mechanism as it currently stands. If you were to climb this tower, you would find a crystalline orb atop its apex. Take this orb and set it upon the luminous altar, which sits at the lowest level of the tower below this very note. This will open the gates to access the inverted world of the subterranean ancients. To climb up to the orb directly is not impossible, but enough cavers like yourselves have been through and not enough masons to keep the stairs in good nick. I'm afraid it would be less arduous to find a path with a gentler slope. Of course, your good pal Lou knows all the shortcuts and byways around here. It just so happens there are the remains of an old shipwreck to the right that should make access to the orb less stressful task. In fact, it was one of your forebears who discovered the wreckage a very long time ago. Okay. This just continues. Okay. Is there technically supposed to be like a way up here? No. So not that. Not here either. Sorry to cut this short, everyone, but we will take a break here and continue in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you there for the rest of this story. Bye!